Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Thoughts to Think About. I'm Liz.
I'm Efrain.
And I'm Reid.
And we've got some thoughts for you to think about today. I'm going to force Reid into talking about this. You get no choice. You got a different hat on today, Reid.
I do. Yep, that's it. Thanks.
If you go back in each YouTube video, subscribe to YouTube, Thoughts to Think Pod, he has a different hat every time.
Almost
Every
every
episode so far. Yeah.
No,
Of this season.
The short, the little thought from last
Lil,
week.
not little.
Sorry,
Lil.
I accidentally rewore a hat. I wasn't thinking about it.
You really messed it up. But it's not like a full episode, so it doesn't really count.
Right.
I'm
So-
wearing a new hat in every full episode.
Yeah, right,
So-
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll make bingo cards, and we'll have different.
That would have been a good idea.
Honestly.
Would have been a good idea.
This one's
Shop
brought to you
my
by
Etsy.
HBU Navs.
HBU Navs.
So
We
blue and
we
orange.
also spoke earlier that it's a very loud hat. You know, it's pretty.
It is,
It's
yeah.
pretty out there. You know, it's real.
Yeah.
Reed's
Like
just
the,
not a loud guy.
yeah. The orange is very bright.
It
like
is,
it's
yeah.
a saturated orange.
Yeah, I think the hat would have been more wearable if it had been the reversed colors, like blue
Right.
hat, orange
That
logo.
would be real slick.
Yeah. But it was a real issue when we were like creating these hats, and we were also creating HBU Navs shirts because like there are copyright laws that we weren't allowed to use any of HBU's like logos and lettering and stuff like that because they would make us get
Pay
rid of
for it.
them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pay for it or
Pay
get
for
rid
it.
of
Oh,
it.
dang.
Right.
Yeah. So like they were actually really strict about it.
Dang.
And so we were like, okay, so how do we make HBU Navs stuff without saying HBU? So we were just like, I would just make it Navs, but their colors.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, well, now you can do everything HBU because they're HCU now, so who cares?
they
That's
probably
a
still
good
own the
point.
trademark.
Forget
though.
those guys.
Copyright.
That's a
all
good
that.
point. They do definitely still on the
So,
HBU trademark.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welp. Talk a little bit about the. I just thought
About
of this
the
right
hats?
now. No,
Oh.
about the HCU
Oh.
Instagram that
Oh.
when they first switched the name.
Oh,
Talk a little bit
no.
about how that
This is
how that went.
bad.
Yeah, so HBU underwent a rebranding about the same time.
Houston Baptist
Or
University.
a renaming, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
About the same time that our church went through a renaming.
Right.
And so it was funny to kind of watch the way it was handled on both ends. HCU didn't rebrand we rebranded; they just renamed.
Right.
But like, there's like all these things they have to take care of, and they were launching all of their new pages, like student advising and like financial aid, all these different pages, like Instagram pages, like the rec center and all that stuff. They were
Right.
changing their names like all at the same time,
Mhm.
and so HBU's official page changed to Houston instead of Houston Baptist University, it was Houston Christian University, except they got a ton of messages like the first hour that they changed it that was like, hey, you spelled university wrong in your handle. And so it said Houston Christian University. And so they like put out an
People
official
are paying money
Yeah.
for this school.
right.
Oh my gosh.
So they were like they put out an official statement like, yes, thank you for all stop sending us messages. We know.
We get it.
So
we know.
we're trying to fix it.
Have
And
they
apparently
since fixed it?
they have.
Oh,
Apparently
okay.
a bunch of people had like snagged.
Snagged.
Snacked
I was
on.
like gonna say snatched and snagged.
Snacked.
They were snacking all of the other names that they could have used, and
Right,
so it was
right.
like the actual Houston Christian University tag had been taken
Right.
by someone else. Like people had
Like a
People
domain
suck.
shark.
Right.
Like a domain shark.
but yeah,
right,
people were like
same
social
thing.
media sharking all of these names,
That's
and
it.
so
It's so funny.
they are. And I think this tag that they finally ended up with is horrible, but they are now they're HCU official.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
No, that's
HCU
lame.
official,
I don't
not
like
not a
that
good.
really sucked.
not a
I
good
mean,
tag.
But they were forced into that. People were being chotches
They were
and
forced
taking.
into it by their own failure.
Yeah, I mean,
I
they should have been
mean-
more prepared, really. That's one of those things you
That's-
got to nail down
Yeah.
like early, you know,
Yeah.
so you don't end up with Houston
Well,
Christian
yeah.
University.
Yeah.
Like, that's so bad.
It was really bad.
That's
it was
so,
funny
so
though.
bad.
Very funny.
It's almost like if you were on TikTok about like, I don't know, 6 months ago when that one TikToker, Emily, what's her name, was doing the graphic design and logos for all these different like official companies. So like the Detroit Lions was the kind of the big one that really popped off. she redid their logo, and it's basically just lines.
The Detroit
For
lines.
The Detroit lines. They sold merch at at their official store of the
What?
Detroit lines. Yes, in Detroit at the stadium. I don't know what their stadium's
What?
called. Yes, and all these different companies like were commenting on.
Us next.
Do
our
us
logo.
next, do our logo, whatever. And so they all
so she was doing them as a joke basically,
Yes.
but then got
it's just
picked up by the
TikToks.
actual people.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so all these different companies changed their like TikTok logo
What?
or TikTok avatars to be these dumb
So
logos.
funny.
A bunch of them did
Yeah,
it, but then
it's freaking hilarious.
and the Detroit Lines made official merch, and apparently it's sold out. Apparently it's sold out.
Emily Zugay.
Yes, that's her.
Her, I told you, I love hearing her. You're watching YouTube. I'm giving him the hand to make him shut up. I love watching her like TikToks where she's like being her normal self, not her like
Her
straight
character,
face,
right.
goofy character. Because she's like, I went to college for digital design, digital marketing, and then like this pandemic happened, and I was like, I can't find a job, so I just turned to TikTok to like cure my trauma and like loneliness and just being upset. And she's just trolling everybody, and then it just like that humor just was wildfire, and it just it's really cool, like all the opportunities that she's able to get. But this by far is the funniest, like
it's so
an
funny.
official NFL team, Detroit Lions.
The Detroit
Yeah.
Lions.
I have seen some of these, like the McDonald's one with the big O instead
Yes.
of the big M.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really funny.
Super
Yeah, she's
funny.
goofy.
Doritos.
So she should probably look into making one for Houston Christian University.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Or
know,
Thoughts
like
to Think Pod.
Thoughts to Think Pod. We'd love a new logo.
Yeah.
Emily, hit us up. Yeah. So, Reid, I think you had a different topic also you
Yeah.
wanted to bring up that is
Yeah.
apparently concering you.
I've been
Reid
ambushed
show.
by 2 topics already today.
Well, just,
so-
you got the topics, so I'm bringing it up to you.
Yeah. Okay. So, something that I think is a bad idea is equipping robots with weapons.
Okay.
And so,
God.
He dove straight in.
why are we giving Roombas lawnmower blades? Why is that okay?
Yeah, I saw this commercial, I think for the first time watching the World Series or something.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Maybe it was just an Astros game, regular season game. But yeah, it's like a lawnmower that is a Roomba. Like, is it owned by Roomba?
It
or
is not. I don't think.
iRobot or whatever?
Yeah. So there is an I.
That's
wait,
what
no.
I Am
That's
Legend.
actually a vacuum.
That's
So-
the company.
The top ones that come up. This one is on Amazon. Let me click on it real quick. Sorry.
They're
There's a
so
Husk-
expensive.
Yeah, there's a
Oh my
Husqvarna.
gosh.
So the Husqvarna one, Husqvarna Auto Mower 430X robotic lawnmower.
It's a lot of
4 stars, actually 3.9.
Get it right.
It cost $2,500, $24.99.99.
Nah.
There's also a Works Land Droid, like an android. But
a Landroid.
A
That's kinda
Landroid.
clever.
Yeah, Land Droid.
Okay. All right. I
Uh,
didn't catch it.
That one's only
I didn't until he
$1,250.
said-
Yeah.
I looked at him like, oh, yeah, and I didn't get it.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of auto mowers. It looks like Husqvarna is the most popular one.
Husqvarna.
There is an iRobot or an
iRobot.
no. Sorry, that is.
Oh, this is robotic.
I was wrong. It's not iRobot. Okay, I got confused. But yeah, so Husqvarna and a couple other companies have put out a bunch of these things. But like,
But
is that a good
why?
idea?
Why?
Like,
Why
you have
would
to have
someone need
basically a perfect yard for this thing to work.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess they do exist, but my yard's not like perfect little rectangle
Right.
of
Mhm.
patch of grass, Can it detect the grass? Or
I honestly
is
have
it
no
just like
Right, because like my front yard is pretty sad. My backyard is like lush,
Lush.
but and
Lush.
it's like it's hard to even mow the backyard because it's just shoddy thick,
Right.
and it's like, so how do I have to get a different like iRobot
right,
for, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like switch to play like so many questions.
Yeah.
So here's some specs for the Auto Mower 430X. Okay.
Thank you.
X.
from Husqvarna.
Delineating the model for us.
It can mow up to 0.8 acres.
Oh my gosh.
It has
That's
a
a
simple
lot.
DIY installation. It is a lot. The cutting height, it can go 0.8 inches to 2.4 inches.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It has GPS navigation.
Oh, it's GPS based?
Yeah, this one is. Some of the other like worse models
kinda
are
makes
not
me nervous.
GPS based. This has auto mower it connects via 4G to your compatible smart devices.
I don't like that.
X-Line series features, which means it has LED headlights. It needs headlights, apparently.
So it can drive on the road?
Yeah, a rubber so it can find you
Got to be road legal.
to kill you. It has a rubber bumper and an orange X-Line wheel caps. It can mow for 145 minutes. It takes 50 minutes to charge. Yeah,
That's
and
pretty
it
good.
has a pin code and GPS tracking for theft protection. So GPS navigation and tracking.
Okay,
yeah.
so let's play this out. Like, let's say this is not a ridiculous purchase for no
Right.
daggum reason. In what scenario would you need this in your life?
I'm too busy to mow my own lawn, so I have a Walmart home and plus delivery person mow my lawn
There it
in my
is.
refrigerator for me. I don't know, is
It's-
that
Would
how it
you
works?
not
It's like,
just pay a lawn service?
that's my question.
Right.
Is that like, it's $2,500. I mean, there are people plenty willing to
For
mow
way
your
less.
yard for so much less than that.
Yeah.
I mean, so much less than that.
Also, this thing doesn't weed eat.
Right.
It doesn't pick up
doesn't
branches.
edge.
Right.
Doesn't do edging.
Right. So you've got like a lot of the detail work that you have.
still
to
gotta do it on your own,
Like
yeah.
mowing is probably the easiest part of
Right.
taking care of
Mhm.
your lawn. Like
Mhm.
honestly.
Not to mention when I mow, like in the front, there's like I've got roots
You got tons of
everywhere.
roots, yeah,
I got
in Mel's
roots.
yard.
I got like PVC pipes from like the water system
Mm.
sticking. I don't know what they're for. They're just there. Yeah,
Seems bad.
there are cats. I don't know.
Cats out there.
But like when I mow the back is pretty flat, right? But it
Right.
gets lush, right?
Yeah.
And so like if I don't mow basically every week, which I'm sure this thing can mow like pretty frequently, but
Well,
like
I mean, it charges in an hour. You know, I mean, it's
Right.
pretty cool.
but I'm constantly getting water or not water, like the clippings stuck
Mhm.
up inside,
Right.
Oh,
and I have
uh-huh.
to turn my mower over and pull it out, and all that stuff.
That's a
And
good
it's just,
point, dude.
it's like
There's no way that one doesn't have that
Right.
issue.
it's got to work in like only the best circumstances.
Is it
possible.
Roomba sized or how big is it? Like,
I don't know. I saw a TikTok or an Instagram reel one time of like a moose stepping on one, but I don't. It's hard to.
This is very out of nowhere.
Yeah, like this thing was going in the yard, and there was a moose in the yard, and it was like approaching the moose, and the moose like got spooked and like
Well,
did
yeah.
that thing where it goes smack, 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 on the Roomba mower.
Can you click through the pictures to see if there's a size comparison?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Thank you.
great idea.
You can control it from your Apple Watch. So
Oh, golly.
Call the Yankees.
Sick.
They'll be
That's
on.
That's the Red Sox.
Oh, my bad.
you're really close. Though.
Yeah,
They're both part of the evil empire.
We'll stick my lawnmower on you. Give me just a sec. Let me pull up my
No, I
Apple
did not
Watch.
have. Let me see. I'm gonna do a Google search real quick. So
Have y'all ever used a Roomba?
Yes.
we have one at our house, but we never use it anymore.
My mom had one. Pardon me. I'm falling asleep over here.
What?
But
You're in
no.
the middle of a
Yeah.
sentence.
I'm just so bored.
Narcolepsy.
It's a problem. But no, my mom had one like way back in the day, and I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure it was a knockoff.
Yeah.
There's just no way because it was years ago, and it kind of worked, but she always still vacuumed.
Yeah. Yeah.
When like it really needed to be
Yeah.
vacuumed. So I don't know that it was like super worth it.
I used to rent. I mean, I still rent right now, but the first house I rented with 3 other girls, we all had long hair, and so like hair
Mhm,
was
mhm.
an issue. Which you have wives, you know.
Yes.
But our friend let us borrow his Roomba because we were all debating on like, should we split a Roomba? Like our house isn't that big; it's just kind of annoying. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Borrow his Roomba. Like we turned it on, or we scheduled it to do it while we were at work. and he sends us a text. It was like halfway through the day. He's like, "What did you just do to my Roomba? I got a notification that like." So I can't remember what he said. Like it's struggling or it's sending like need help or something.
SOS distress call.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And
They
so
do
we
that, yeah.
we get home and it's just like we have to cut all the hair out of it. I mean, it's
yes.
like just mountains of hair. And it was
Jeez.
only going for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Just like 2 maybe.
So I ran into similar problems where it would vacuum Aubrey's hair up, and I would have to like cut the hair out. But also running the Roomba is basically not helpful at all because I have a husky, and so it'll run for 15 minutes and then it'll be full. And it's
Yeah.
not one of those that has like a tower where it automatically like it empties itself. It's like one of the old ones that you have to empty yourself. So it's basically like
Oh.
I'm vacuuming
Right.
with a Roomba.
So there's a
Yeah.
model now where it goes back to its little home and
Yeah.
empties its tank.
Yeah, and then you just take the bag out, and
That's pretty
Totally.
cool. I didn't know that.
That is
Yeah.
really cool actually.
That's pretty neat.
so
But
So,
I mean, but hair is gonna get stuck. Like that tower is not gonna like.
clip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Automating life just is more complicated than it sounds.
Yeah, I would say it's probably gonna be the same thing as
Right.
this
This thing's going to get like tumped
Longer.
over. It's going to be upside down, and then it's going to be like sending out a distress call to your watch, and you got to go and,
you got
take care of it.
blades
I'm sure it
spinning in,
stops
like,
the blades, but
Yeah, dude.
but still, like,
Dude, I
you know,
don't trust it, man. That's crazy.
it's just yeah. This thing, it seems like it's the size of about a normal push mower. You just chop the handle off.
oh,
That's
basically.
big.
That's pretty,
Yeah, about that size, it seems.
Is it? What kind of wheels does it have?
It's got, like,
Off-roading.
yeah, sort of like the front are like not that big, but the back
Dude,
is like normal.
That looks heavy duty.
Not
That's
that
crazy
heavy duty,
looking.
though.
I mean,
Like,
not that heavy duty. But
I
it
want
looks,
some tank tracks on there, man.
Dude, that'd be
It needs tank tracks.
That'd be pretty cool.
I might buy one if it had tank tracks.
Guys are weird.
Just throw tank tracks on it, and we're into it. You know,
Right,
like, pretty
basically.
much.
Yeah. So maybe after this episode, we can find that that reel of the moose.
Let's buy one.
Post it on the social.
Here's the thing. Let's all go buy one. You know what? How about the listeners?
Racing.
Listeners,
We're
support
gonna drop
us.
a link.
We'll drop a link in the description. You can go support us so
Wait.
that we can buy a Roomba lawnmower. We'll buy one. We'll test it out, and we'll let you know if it's any
Wait, no,
good.
time out. I have to oppose this based on principle
Oh, okay.
because we cannot arm the robots. We cannot
Oh,
give
sorry.
the robots
That was his
weapons.
initial like
Yes.
anger towards this.
was the
Yeah.
right. It has a
Right.
weapon. Right.
Have you guys have Amazon Echoes or anything like that?
Alexa's, yeah.
Yeah.
Was an Echo's Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but it has Alexa inside.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's just like different types of speakers. So
Oh, okay.
don't
yeah.
like discriminate every other one.
It could
like,
be a
Right.
it could be a HomePod, an Apple HomePod, or
Right. What is the
Google.
who's the person? That's Siri and trapped
Siri
inside the HomePod.
in that one.
Trapped
HomePod.
inside.
Google is just Google.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just transparent. Like I know who I'm talking to. It's
Yeah.
Google. You know.
Right. So my wife doesn't like Alexa. She thinks it's creepy, which
It is.
I understand
Mhm,
that, right? 'Cause
mhm.
she's always listening, waiting for you to say her name and then to do what you want her to do. But one time when my wife loves to tell the story. So like
story.
one time we're sitting in the living room watching TV and we hear like someone speaking softly from the kitchen.
Oh.
And I'm like, what is that? And so I pause it and I look over and I can see the light on Alexa, like going, like she's talking to somebody, but it's like she's talking very quietly, like way quieter than normal. And so we were like, why is she whispering? That's so weird. And so I go, Alexa, repeat that. And she goes, I'm sorry, what did you say? I said, Alexa, repeat that. And she goes, I said, what did you say? And then I was like, okay, this is weird. And Aubrey was like, unplug it. Unplug it right now. Unplug it. I don't want it
Unplug it.
anymore.
Oh my
Batteries
God.
out. Unplug. I don't care what it. Throw it away.
So yeah, she whispered at us and then she was like, oh, I don't know what I was saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Dude.
Yeah, there's been multiple times where like because there's one in our kitchen and then there's one in my room, and there's just multiple times that it's like she'll like pop off and like say something or like spit us a random fact or something for
Out of nowhere.
out
Yeah.
of nowhere,
Ugh.
out of nowhere, or ask us a question or something, and we'll all
Hey Liz, how was work today?
yeah, we'll all just,
I didn't understand that. Nobody's speaking. What are you talking about?
we'll all just like stop and look at each other, and I'm like, nope, just keep going. And like, we're not going to address it.
Don't
We're gonna,
acknowledge it.
You know, I
we're
just
not going to
realized.
reinforce this behavior.
I just realized, you know, if you're listening to this episode out loud,
Oh,
I'm very sorry. It's way too late at this point, but yeah, hopefully you're listening to this episode with headphones or like in your car or something.
The other day
'Cause
we were
it's
at,
well beyond time.
I think we were at small group maybe, and Aubrey was telling this story about Alexa, and so someone like said her name out loud, and then she started doing something in the kitchen. Aubrey and I were both like, Alexa, stop. And they were like, why are you so worried about her? We're like, honestly, I don't know.
It's just stressful.
Like,
I don't
just
know. It just
make her stop.
scares me.
Just
It
don't.
freaks me out.
Alexa, play Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Sorry, y'all.
That's for everyone. If you're listening out loud, that's one
I
more.
wonder if
got
that
Rick-
works.
It's got Rick rolled.
Because I know there are some ways that they differentiate between if it's you speaking or if it's like the television.
Apple
because-
can do it pretty well.
Alexa does not. She does it
Alexa,
very poorly.
Yeah, I don't think Alexa works super well at doing that. I mean,
Well, there
honestly, I
was
don't
one
really
time
know.
she like told us a ghost joke in
Mhm.
like July, not Halloween time, a ghost joke. And I just like am staring at my roommate. I'm like, I don't like this. I think I'm done. And so I looked up, it was like National like knock knock joke day, but it wasn't a knock knock joke that she told us. And I'm like, why'd she have to say it a ghost joke?
Right.
Like, why was it a ghost
And
joke?
again,
Because
it
you'll
was
be a ghost soon.
Unlike,
Oh, God.
like,
Read.
oh no, but it was like you didn't ask for it.
I didn't ask for none of that.
She just starts talking to telling a ghost joke. That's
Yeah.
creepy.
But the one in my room doesn't do any of that.
Hmm,
It's just the kitchen one.
that's weird.
It's just always listening.
I guess. I don't know.
Spooky, man.
I don't know how I feel about it.
dude.
I basically only use her for music.
I mean, same.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just get a Bluetooth speaker.
But it's so much easier. Like I'm in the kitchen, I'm just like, hey Alexa, play this. You know?
Stop making
Or-
so much sense, Efrain.
Or Alexa, set a timer.
I mean, but
for
it's not
this,
that much harder
you know?
to go. Beep, boop, boop.
Yeah, but I don't own a Bluetooth speaker, and I got an Amazon Alexa for free.
That's a good point. You got the
So-
Echo Dot or whatever,
Right.
for free.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. We went to a conference.
Right.
You didn't actually get to go to that conference.
No,
which
but you
was-
swiped one for
I
me.
did swipe an extra one. So basically, all the chairs
Aw.
in one session were covered with a single Echo Dot with a little logo stamped on it of the conference we were doing.
Uh-huh.
It was for NAM, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
damn
North American Mission Board. But
Daggum.
outed.
yeah, outed.
That's what
Sorry,
they spend their money on.
Yeah, but it was.
Annie Armstrong.
I mean, they basically
Echo
give
Dots.
Echo Dots away at this. Amazon basically
Right.
gives them away at this
so
point.
they can like track you and
I
get
mean, they're
information on you.
so cheap. And they're
That's what I'm
they're always
saying.
like a free gift with something.
Exactly. So like,
They probably got them
Wait,
for nothing.
You're blowing my mind. Yeah.
So
why are
NAM-
they so cheap?
Because
they're
they
so
want
I don't
you.
like
they
it.
want to absorb your information.
And so NAM is in on it
Absorb.
now because they gave them away to all these pastors and all these people, all these what do you call them?
That's
And let's talk
spooky.
about the purpose of this. So Amazon is trying to conquer the world with their lawnmower blade armed robots.
That's right. Right. Absolutely.
If you just stick an Echo Dot on top of a Husqvarna
Get a
Automower
command strip, stick it
X450,
on.
right?
It's gonna start.
It's
attacking
unstoppable.
you. It's gonna start.
Just an
attacking you.
Amazon Alexa Dot on top. I keep calling it an Amazon. It's not an
It's
Amazon.
not an Amazon.
I'm
Just
like
an
old man.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Give me one of them Amazons.
It's called an
Put it
Echo
on-
Dot. You
Alexia.
can call it an Alexa too.
I don't
You're
know.
like,
I
it's an
don't-
Amazon. It's
Just
an
give me the Alexa. Where's the Alexa? Just take an Echo Dot, stick it on an Automower, world conquering robot. That's all.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. What did you say?
Try me again.
Take it back.
Shoot, take it back.
Yeah.
Like
no.
Smart House.
Wait, was that a knock on the door?
That
Oh
was-
no, it's another automower.
You
It's an
gotta-
automower right now.
You were very believable
Gotta
before
have
you
me
said
freaking out. I was
Automower.
like, what?
Guys, spooky October is over. It's not spooky season.
Yeah, stop talking
anymore.
about Alexa. I'm here for it.
Oh man.
Do you want to hear something else that's in my brain a little spook?
Okay.
Cruises.
Way to go. That's good. That's
Solid
good.
transition.
Good transition there.
I hate cruises.
Why do you hate cruises?
They're, again, unsolved mysteries.
Ah,
But also, like, you're stuck on this boat
Yes.
in a bunch of water where there's who's got jurisdiction in the water? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's international water. Yeah.
if there is a crime,
Pirates?
pirated music.
I believe.
No, actual pirates.
I believe there's like some sort of officer on the ships.
An aqua.
An
Aquifer.
An aquifer.
That's different.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But I do believe there's like some sort of officer, and so whatever officer that they bring on the ship with them, or maybe it's the flag that they operate under. That country has jurisdiction on the ship.
On the ship, yeah. It's like
Right.
an extension of that
Of
country.
the country,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah. So there you go. That's
Right.
the answer.
But there's just but people like go missing, and you just dump them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just so many things that could go wrong.
you are more likely to go missing on a cruise ship than you are. I'm just gonna make anything up, but like at least to be bit by a shark or to be eaten by a shark.
Yeah,
Like,
you're only solidifying my hatred.
well, that's what I'm
Wait,
saying.
elaborate.
Like, so
I need you to elaborate. on this.
okay.
I mean, shark attacks are not that
shark
common.
attacks are not common at all. It's super rare, but people go missing on cruise ships all the time. Like it happens all the time. So I can't legitimately give you the like fact for sure, but I am like pretty sure that you are more likely to go missing on a cruise ship than you are to get attacked by a shark.
What are you even Googling?
Yeah, what are you
Googling?
Google right now?
I said, how often do people go missing on a cruise ship?
Missing people per year.
Approximately 19 people go overboard while aboard a cruise ship or ferry every year. And
Okay.
if you go overboard on a cruise ship, you're basically done for.
Yeah, that's
Okay, now
Like, do you know how long it takes that ship to stop and to turn around?
oh, that's a good point. Like, yeah.
Can you tread water
Are
that
they
long?
not,
Do they just drop
mini-
a boat?
I was like, are there not mini boats they can drop?
I mean, they might be able to. Hopefully, someone sees you
At
and
that
drops it
speed,
fast
though,
enough.
Like, could
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
So
Look up shark
what about
attacks.
sharks? Shark attacks.
That's just going overboard,
Right.
right? That's not like anything else weird that might happen on a cruise ship.
Right.
Oh, shoot. This is on Quora. Is Quora reliable at all?
Maybe.
According to MarketWatch, 400 people have been lost overboard on cruise ships since 2000, and another 49 have disappeared. So this said
See.
19 go overboard on, that's insider.com. 19
Okay,
go overboard.
okay.
So
Like, I get it. If I'm on a cruise ship, I'm just going to be like hanging out. I'm not going to be doing anything sketchy. Like, I get that, like, perspective of it. My sister wanted to plan a like our extended family, everything, like a huge cruise family vacation.
Right.
And I looked at her and I was like, you're telling me that you're going to be stuck on a boat with like 50 drunk Mexicans and be responsible for a lot of them?
For all of them.
It's like, absolutely not. Count me out, man. I'll watch the babies. I'm not
I will
going.
stay home.
I'm not going.
So for some reason, this is on petpedia.com or .co. I don't know why it's on Petpedia. 'Cause I don't know anybody who has a shark as a pet.
I mean, hey, you never know.
Equal rights.
Don't discriminate.
In 2021, there were 73 unprovoked shark attacks and bites on humans.
In 2021?
Yeah.
Alone?
2021, there were 73 unprovoked.
Interesting.
There were a total of 137 aggressive human-shark interactions, with 39 being labeled as human-initiated. Those numbers don't add up, but that's what it says.
Right.
So
Since when?
So it seems
That's
like the
in
numbers
2021.
don't. It seems like those numbers aren't what I'm saying. But as far as I knew,
You know, COVID changed a lot of things.
on average, there are 16 shark attacks per year in the United States. So you're right.
So we are right.
yeah.
Global cruise ship
World's global
overboards are
cruise
more
ships.
than shark attacks in the U.S. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, basically, what I'm trying to get at is that it's people go missing and it's
Right.
bad.
right, I've been on 2, and I came back from both of them. So
Yeah, I mean, I've
100%.
been on 2, I think, and yeah, I'm 2 for 2. Also, I've survived the cruise ships.
I've been on 0. So
Zero?
I'm 0 for 0.
unfortunately, I'm going on another one in January.
Yeah, tell us about that
Tell
one.
us about that
Yeah.
cruise.
So it's funny because my wife was like, "Hey, can we go on a Disney cruise?" And I was like, Yeah, right. No, those are super expensive.
Absolutely
Because
not.
why?
We could
We're
never
on a
afford
spending freeze.
Always on a
They're
spending
always
freeze.
on a spending freeze.
Why? We have to be. Okay?
that. Gotta save that money.
Gotta save it.
Wait,
Uh,
she'll like she'll like send our like group message like these links of like cute clothes or whatever, and I'm like, that's actually on sale, you should get it. She goes, Reed said I'm on the spending freeze. I'm like, yeah girl, don't get it.
Makes me sound really bad, but someone has to be responsible with the money. So
Somebody's got to do it.
I feel that I have to be mean to myself. It's fine.
yeah. So then later she was like, "Hey, if I won enough money in like a contest to go on a Disney cruise, could we go on a Disney cruise?" I said, "Yeah, if you win enough money to go on a Disney cruise, we can go on a Disney cruise."
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right.
Literally the next week, she's like, she wins $2,000 on an Instagram giveaway
Yep.
for a Disney cruise,
Yep.
and she booked it, and we have it, and her identity wasn't stolen or nothing. It was just,
Yeah, it was
marketing,
genuinely hard to
yeah.
believe.
and so now I
It's
have to go on a
crazy.
Disney cruise.
It was absolutely hard to believe because she like we send each other these like Instagram giveaways, like, you know, when you
Right.
share it, then you get entered and whatever. But we were only sharing it to like a group.
Mhm.
And finally, Efrain's wife, Meredith, Aubrey's sister, was like, I think you're supposed to share it like to the public. Like you put it on your story. She's like, oh, I'll try that. Puts it on her story. The next day
Immediately wins.
wins. And the shock that I stared at my phone for so long, like there's no way. Because I knew she was like, I asked him,
Yep.
if I win enough money, can we go? And then the next day she wins. I was like, oh, Reed's so not happy.
The craziest thing is that she said she could have gotten it in cash,
Uh-huh.
but then she wouldn't have gotten like this other side gift. Like if you got it in Disney gift cards, then you got another gift. But if you got it in cash, you didn't get the other gift.
Just get the money.
And so she got it in Disney gift cards because she said if she got it in cash, I would have made her be responsible with it.
And save it
And
instead
and
of
do
put
something-
something
yeah.
else.
That's fair. That's
So
smart though.
Oh
She
my
knows how to work
gosh.
it.
right. So now we're going on a Disney cruise, which I have a healthy fear of the ocean.
I think everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think everybody should have.
I think
a-
it's
a fear of
thalassophobia.
The lassophobia.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thalassophobia, yeah, it's a fear of
I guess is that the ocean or
this-
just the depths
ocean.
generally?
Let's find out.
I think you're right though.
It's a persistent and intense fear of deep bodies of water, such as
Correct,
seas,
so-
oceans, pools, or
Yeah.
lakes.
Are you afraid of the pool?
No, I'm not afraid of swimming. I'm not afraid of like going in the deep end or even like swimming in like big lakes or anything like that.
Mhm.
But it's like the ocean. The ocean is scary, you know? Like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I don't care about, I'll get in the ocean, you know? I'll go out on boats, even smaller boats or whatever. I've been on cruise ships. But just like the idea of like, what happens if this thing goes down? You know, like I'm in the ocean. Like there are sharks out here. Like even though there are like not that many unprovoked shark attacks, it could still happen.
I mean, there
Or-
were 70 in the
73
year,
in 2022.
2021,
2021,
2021 alone.
Right.
So
Look at you with your hard hitting facts.
Yeah,
Giant
it took me-
squids, you know?
dude,
Jellyfish
Oh,
schools.
I figured out a fact about giant squids the other day. I
Uh-huh.
saw on TikTok. So, giant squids generally eat whales, right?
What?
The giant squids, or is it opposite? They're something eats. They one of
Guys, something
I found
eats
out this fact.
something
Guys,
else.
here's another
It's
fact
crazy.
that I don't know for sure. But basically, the idea. Basically, the idea was, according to like the amount of whales there are, that I'm pretty sure the whales eat the. Yeah, it's the whales eat the
This is
squid.
great.
Yeah,
This
sorry.
is great.
Sorry, the whales eat the squid, right?
Mhm.
And so they like see the like squid in the whales.
Sperm
body.
whales.
Yeah, sperm whales. So
Eat
they're like,
squids.
oh, so they eat these giant squid, right? And so it's like, okay, they were seeing based on how many sperm whales there are, like they're gonna need X amount of food, right, to like
Right,
survive. And so
right.
it's like, okay, well, how many giant squid should there have to be if they only ate one squid like a month? Or like, you know, basically it was like they tried to calculate it. And it was
I
like
see where you're getting.
if
Okay.
they ate a squid a week, it was like there are billions of giant squid in the ocean.
Where?
or like
Where are they?
Yeah, it was like if they just eat, and it was a reasonable amount, whether a week, a couple weeks, something like that. It was like if they just eat one squid,
Yep.
in this amount of time, there are billions of giant squid in the ocean. It's like, dude,
That's really
how?
trippy. That's unsettling.
It's so disturbing.
Because where they at?
Right.
Where they
Mariana's
at
Trench.
though?
Where are they
Like
at?
deep.
Mariana's Trench, exactly.
Deep, yeah.
Super deep.
Nuts.
It's so
So-
creepy. And have y'all ever been to the museum? Y'all have been to the museum in town, right? Like
Wait,
Which
the
museum?
the Natural Science Museum.
Yeah. Houston Museum of Natural
10
Science.
museums.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. There are 10 museums or something like that, right? But
A
y'all
lot
seen
more than 10, I'm sure.
yeah. But y'all have seen the giant squid like display in the. You haven't seen that?
No.
What?
No.
It's like it's just there. It's not like. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a specific display, but there's a giant squid
So like hanging.
on one of the stairwells.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
And so it
Uh-huh.
like kind of spans this whole like
Oh,
opening
yeah.
like
I probably
vertical
have
space.
seen it. Yeah.
You've probably seen it, but dude,
It's
that's
just like
actual
the
size.
stairwell. Yeah.
thing is huge, bro. It's so creepy. The eye is like, I don't know, bigger than like us.
You?
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, like its eye alone. So creepy, dude.
How long is it? Is the giant the
Oh,
giant squid?
yeah. So I typed in, do whales eat giant squids? It said sperm whales dive to great depths, more than 1.4 miles to catch one of their favorite foods. So not the only food they eat, but one of their favorites, giant squids.
So
Right.
maybe the number's a lot smaller than billions.
I will
right?
look up how big a giant squid is, but I just thought this was funny because you go to people also ask, right? It pops up
Right.
and it says, do whales fight giant squids? Scars on the bodies of sperm whales indicate that they regularly
Oh
do
my
battle with the
gosh.
colossal squid.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
it's crazy.
What? I want to see
Well,
a
'cause they're trying
whale
to
and
eat
a
'em,
squid.
You
Yeah.
know? Like,
it's like,
It's a great movie though.
shoot, man.
yeah, it's like Godzilla versus King Kong, except it's a sperm whale versus a giant
Well, and that's
squid.
the other question. Like, what's the whale doing fighting the squid? Like, all it can really do is
Biting.
just go like,
Yeah.
just get a little chomp on him,
Magikarp uses tail whip or whale murr.
Sperm whale use splash. Like, it has no effect, whatever.
Let's see, giant squid.
Jeez, that's so disturbing. And this is the ocean. This is what's down there. You're out in a cruise ship, and that's happening below you. There's whales and squids doing battle down there
This doesn't
somewhere.
You're
seem big
only
enough.
solidifying the fact that I will not go on a cruise ship.
Yeah, my thalassophobia is like
It's
off the
just
charts.
all
right
time
now.
high right now.
I do have a funny story about my thalassophobia after this. It says that the females can be 12 to 13 meters
Okay.
and males 10 meters,
Oh,
which
interesting.
doesn't seem that big, right?
It's not like enormous, but like you just got to physically be next to it. You know what I mean? Like that's a huge thing for a squid.
Yeah. Oh no, it's huge. But
Right.
like I guess I pictured them being. Oh, not to be confused with the colossal squid. Okay.
Oh, there's different.
Oh shoot.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. There's a
Okay.
different kind?
Estimated to be 10 to 14 meters.
Okay, not that much. bigger.
But largest eyes of any known creature to exist, and
Yeah.
they can be like over 1,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh. That's
Not
The
to be confused
eyeball?
with the giant. No, the whole
how
squid.
how big are the eyeballs?
Wait. Where did that go?
See, I'm pretty sure that display at the Museum of Natural Science
Is the
like talks about
probably
the
the
eyeball.
colossal one?
I guess, but it talks about the eyeball specifically.
Yeah.
That's why it's like burned into my brain. 'cause
I clicked on the reference on Wikipedia. It took me to the New Zealand government page.
oh, it's a little.
Nervous?
There's conspiracy. I think we
20
discovered
We
it.
unlocked a new one.
27 centimeters across, about the size of a soccer ball,
Is the eyeball?
is the eyeball.
Wow.
Oh, geez. Okay, so it's not as big as I thought, but that's still pretty big.
I'm looking at
That's
pictures
an
of
eye.
these.
Great with facts
Look,
today.
it's like as big as your head.
It's
bigger than your head.
He said,
like
I don't
just-
know.
It's bigger than me.
Look, I'm just like I've got some
He was just
adjacent
scared.
facts. I'm like adjacent to all these facts that are in my brain, and so I'm just trying to get them out there. So I want to talk about them, but I don't know what they really are. So it's fine. Reed's got the computer. It's all
Yeah,
good.
I'll look it up. You should be comforted by the fact that the colossal squid's conservation status is least concerned.
Oh, so that's like they out there.
They're not going anywhere.
They are out there, bro.
They're always watching
Ugh.
Waiting
through their Amazon Alexa.
through the
Oh,
Amazon
it's the
Alexas
squids.
to ignite the lawnmowers.
Oh, no. So what's your story about your thalassophobia?
Yeah, so whenever I worked at that summer camp, sometimes I would get up early in the morning and I would go swimming in the pool, just like I would do laps, right? And I know that this is irrational, but occasionally I would feel the very strong urge to get out and make sure there were no sharks in the pool.
While you were just
While I was
doing
swimming
laps.
in the pool, like doing laps in the pool. I know that it doesn't make any sense at all. And it was never like I gotta get out of the pool right now, there's a shark. It was just like this in the back of my mind. It was like, yo, what if there was a shark in here right now?
In the back of his mind, it's just
Right.
Dun,
Like
dun.
you gotta get out of the pool and check for sharks right now. Like you got to. And I'm like, I'll finish this lap. It's like maybe you want to do it a little faster, you know?
you gotta.
So I know
Go
it's
pick it up.
irrational. But
Jeez.
that's
So
what
you're
phobias
like that
are,
scared
right?
Of, like water. Like
I'm
that?
not afraid of water. Like
No,
I'm
right.
in the water, right?
Right.
I'm not afraid to be on a cruise ship, and I wouldn't even be afraid to like
Swim in the ocean.
swim in the ocean. I've swam in the ocean before,
Okay.
right? But it's just like in the back of my mind. It's always there. Like there's sharks in here. I'm in the same water as a giant squid. Like it could just come and eat me right now.
I mean, maybe not if you're
Probably
like
not.
on the shore.
Its eyeballs only
But
the
if
size
in
of
the
a soccer ball, so it's not even that
So
big.
like, calm down.
I did. Okay, so Aubrey and I did go. We went to Hawaii in January, and we did swim with sharks
right
in the ocean.
Yeah, in a cage, right?
We were in a cage, right?
That's
But
so
like
cool.
you get in the cage, and it's like attached to the buoys, right?
Mhm.
And so like it's not moving around, but you like it's not like a glass cage. It's like there's bars, so like your
Right.
feet could stick out and like your arms could go through. But you look down and there's nothing below you except
Nope.
water, right? It's like
No.
as far as the light filters, there's nothing there except for sharks.
That's nuts.
So I will do that kind of stuff, but in the back of my mind,
How far out was that?
it's always right
off
there.
the shore.
Like
you
I
know?
think it was over a mile.
Yeah.
Like it was way out there.
There was one time we were in Galveston, not like the seawall. Like we went further down.
Right.
And like it was a pretty clear day, and every once in a while like the water gets like the current shifts and the winds change or whatever, and the water kind of gets a bit more clear.
I don't know why. It sounded like some sort of prophecy.
It really did. It really did.
The current shifts and the winds change and our lives pass.
Like the sands of time.
Like the sands of time. I
It's the days
thought
of
of,
our lives.
I immediately thought of Monsters Inc. You hear that? You hear the winds of change? No, you don't remember? You don't
I remember
remember
that,
that
but
line.
that's not what I thought of.
Anyways,
All right,
we
fine,
were
Whatever.
Tell your story,
were
Liz.
swimming, and we were not. I'm not a fan of Galveston water because every time I come out, I'm just like itchy all over. I can feel the bacteria like crawling on me, and
The
I'm a-
bacteria, I feel it.
I'm a pool girl. I'm not a
Oh my
fan of the
God.
ocean. So we're just out like I think the water was like armpit deep to most of us, and we see not that far like a fin,
Yeah.
and I'm like, let's like slowly but like pretty intentionally like get out of the water, and someone yells, they're like, a shark, and I'm like, you stupid. And so like
They can smell fear.
everyone rushes out, and we're still standing like pretty close to the water. We're not in it, and we just keep seeing the fin like go in and out of the water. And one of the lifeguards come, and they're like, "It's just a dolphin." And I was like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna
Yeah.
die."
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's a dolphin. That ain't.
yeah.
Love some dolphins.
The shark out of the, oh my gosh.
It was cool. We went on that boat ride in 2020.
Mhm.
Was it 2020?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 2020 or early 2021.
It
or
felt
something
like
that.
it, yeah.
It was for someone's birthday, but it was
Yeah.
out of the Houston Ship Channel or what is that? Matagorda Bay? No,
It was by Kima. So
Kima. It was
out of-
somewhere
wherever
near
that is.
Houston.
wherever that is,
We're
it was
really
by Kima.
locked in today.
Got the facts down.
Yeah. So
Your trusted source of
we're
information.
basically
Better than the news, okay?
the whole point is that we were on a boat and there was a dolphin doing the thing where it swims next to the boat and it
Right.
jumps
Yeah.
in and out of the water, and it was really cool. That's the whole story.
He sped through that story.
He's like, get me out of this.
Is there I'm gonna ask another ignorant question here. So get ready to show our knowledge here. Is there a difference between a porpoise and a dolphin?
I think so.
What's the difference?
Don't look at me, man. I can't help you there.
We need a marine biologist on this
Next
podcast.
week, join
Stop
us.
it.
This episode would have been so good if there
That
was
was
a marine
season
biologist.
1 joke, okay? Get out.
Oh, yeah, this season is all about the triggers.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're
Trigger
a
warning.
factual
Yeah,
person.
Thalassophobia. This is the trigger that today. Yeah.
Oh,
We
shoot.
forgot to trigger warning. Oops, my bad.
Or if you love hard hitting facts, you're just really triggered, or like yelling at the podcast
Yep.
the whole time.
Yep.
Okay, so dolphins tend to have prominent elongated beaks, in quotes,
Beaks.
and cone-shaped teeth, while porpoises
Ew.
have smaller mouths and spade-shaped teeth.
Mm.
Interesting.
So like, because
Oh.
I always understood porpoises to be the dolphin-like creatures in like the Galveston area, but
Dolphins have a hooked or curved dorsal fin, while a porpoise has a triangular dorsal fin.
are they?
So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I always thought it was porpoises, like they weren't dolphins out in Galveston, but I don't know. Maybe they are.
Whatever they are, they're brown. They're not actually.
They're not
any-
like super pretty looking. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this says that we have common bottlenose dolphins in Galveston Bay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for them.
You're
Terciops
the
truncatus.
octave of your voice.
Wow. Really? That's amazing.
Wow.
All right, I think maybe we've hit our limit for this.
I think so.
this episode.
I'm so sorry to everyone about all these facts. If you've been yelling at us the whole time, I
You
apologize.
idiots.
Come on the podcast. See how easy it is.
Yeah.
Just driving
just
home.
go ahead.
Why do I listen to these guys?
Trigger warning. Yeah, we'll see you next time.